What's up, Pretty Gang? It's your favorite nail tech Peaches back with another video, and today we talking about applications specifically for short nails. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on if you want to see more content. Now, I know it's been 2 weeks since I've done an actual YouTube video rather than a short, but y'all, life been lifing, and the storage on my computer and my phone just has been disrespecting me in every which way. But we're back, so we're gonna get to it. Now, I am going to show you application on a couple of different fingers. The ring finger is definitely going to be the one that's too thin, so you guys can see how much acrylic do we actually need. Now, as you guys can see, I'm doing application on this pinky finger. I typically am able to do 1 bead. If you're not, that's fine, but I definitely would recommend working on that because that's also going to quicken up your process for short nails. Now, what we want to see is a nice and flush cuticle area. We want to see the acrylic keeping to the shape of the nail tip, and we want to remove the extra that we don't need. Now, keep in mind, we all want a really natural looking short nail. That is the whole goal, but they do need some sort of shape and structure to them in the cuticle and apex area. Now, what you want to look for is nothing too bulbous, tucked cuticles, and again, you want to be looking for a nice apex. Now, on a short nail this short, you're not going to need too much of an apex, but you will need a little bit, and you're going to want the tip of the nail not to be as thin as the nail tip itself, but you do need a little layer so that way none of the corners will chip. So as you guys can see, I'm finishing up this nail. Everything looks nice and flush and as flawless as I can possibly get this nail to be. We also want to make sure that the middle of the nail is not too thick, because I do see sometimes that the apex is almost non-existent and then the thickness starts from the middle to the end of the nail. Now, as you guys can see here, I am moving the acrylic around because if I see an area that seems too thin, rather than adding more acrylic and risking it being too thick, I'm going to redistribute the acrylic that's already there. Okay, so that's a really good skill that you're going to want to keep in your back pocket, because there are ways to getting around improperly placed acrylic. So on this ring finger, I'm actually going to show you guys what it looks like when the nail structure is wrong, when there's not enough acrylic, so meaning the nail is too thin. So already you guys can see, although this looks like a nicely sized bead, as it's kind of dispersing and polymerizing, you can see I'm moving it around, and already you can tell this is not going to be enough acrylic. Now, I understand that there's a lot of people that feel like as long as the acrylic covers the nail tip, that's enough. But baby, I'm telling you, it's not, because the problems that you're going to face are going to be chipping. When you go ahead and file in the cuticle area, the acrylic is going to flake away. The tip of the nails is going to be prone to chipping. You're going to have no structure, which means the nail itself might break. And then you're going to be at risk for the nail just straight up not drying properly, because if you did not know, you need a certain amount of acrylic on the nail for it to actually dry properly and not, be able to be pinched and moved and distorted. Okay, so although the acrylic is covering the nail, you can see where there's areas where it's like, girl, what the hell is going on? You can see that the nail is visibly not okay. This is not balanced. This is not structured. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go in and add another bead and add the proper structure. Now, I understand that there's some of you that struggle with this, and to try to counteract the nail being too thin, maybe you overcompensate and make the nail too thick. Now, what you're going to want to look for to think, is this nail a little bit too thick? You're going to really want to check that apex area, because if you look and the apex area is really protruding higher than the actual cuticle area itself, you might want to check on that thickness. Either adjust your application or adjust your filing later, whichever way helps you at that moment to kind of fix that. Go ahead and do so. So the bead I set down, you can see how much more acrylic I actually needed in order to make this nail properly structured. All right, now it was quite a bit, and as I'm patting and pulling the acrylic down, you guys can see that extra acrylic did not make anything extra bulbous or anything like that. It made everything just right. Now, what I like to personally look for, again, just to reiterate, is a pretty similar thickness all the way through. Because these nails are short and we don't need too much of an apex, that means we don't need too much of a thinning or thickening anywhere. We kind of want to keep an overall solid thickness through the nail, as you guys can see, which is why, once again, to reiterate, we don't need an extra thick apex. Okay, the thickness of the apex is pretty much what we would like the thickness throughout. Okay, so this is going to be the middle finger, of course, and this is going to be the nail that I'm getting to do just right. Okay, just so you guys can see compared to the last finger that we did once again. So you guys can see once this bead is set down and I'm patting and pulling and messing with it, you can see it's way more opaque, has way less translucency than the other bead did, and you can tell not only is this going to cover the nail, but this is going to add strength that we need. Now, y'all, I just lost my train of thought. I just talked for 5 minutes straight and lost my freaking train of thought. Oh, okay. So really what you're going to want to look at is any excess acrylic you're going to want to get rid of. And additionally, if you feel like you got rid of a little bit too much acrylic, see how I'm taking this bead off? Do not be scared to put it right back onto the nail and repurpose it. This is also how we can reduce waste, so that way you're not wasting a lot of product on nails that do not need as much acrylic. So once you kind of master that, you'll have that skill again in your back pocket, and you'll be able to apply this to all nails. Again, short nails can be difficult, and they're one of those things where a lot of people still to this day do not offer short nails or do not like to do them. But I'm telling you, you guys need to know how to do this, because there are tons of girls who wore long nails for 10 years, but guess what? They have a job or a child or other circumstances or just changes in taste that everyone does not want just the same type of length. There's a lot of girls that are coming to grips and realizing what type of length they can handle in their daily life, and that happens to be a short nail like this. Okay, so I'm hoping that you guys got some good information out of this video. I know it was a quick video. I am going to have the next video be shaping short nails, so it's going to be directly the shaping after this particular application, so go ahead and stay tuned for that. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications on. Let me know what else you guys want to see. If there's anything else that I can do for y'all, let me know. Don't forget to follow my Instagram page at Nailsbyprettyface, and I have another Instagram and YouTube page, Prettyface Peaches, Prettyface_Peaches, if you're interested in some fun content. Okay, so as always, you guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Y'all already know I'm about to see you guys in the next video.